Okay, so Playback. It was made in 2012. It's an hour and 38 minutes long, and it's rated R. It stars Johnny Picard, Toby Meggingway, and Amber Childers. And it is directed by Michael A. Nichols. Okay, the little blurb that they give is Harlan Deal slaughtered his family, capturing the deed on video. When students learning about the case watch the tape, they unleash a powerful evil. Ooh. I don't even know what to say. It was an okay thought, I guess. I mean, the plot was really all over the place, but as far as everything else goes, I mean, the acting was good. The storyline was okay. I mean, for about half the movie, almost 3/4 of the movie, you don't really know why all this is going on. But, I don't know, it's definitely not a family movie. They've got perverts, mass murderers. But overall, it wasn't that freaky. It was just kind of like, oh great, somebody's seen the horrors of the world and they're like, oh, this will make a great movie. I gotta say that the only thing that I really enjoyed about it was the what were they doing? They were well, you know, the one guy, he wants to research this movie, you know, to make sure that it's authentic, or, you know, make it so that they actually get the real story across. And you know, they uncover a bunch of fun facts and, you know, just stuff that nobody wants anybody else to know about the original case. And I mean, I like the idea of this guy who apparently was the first to ever make a movie, and their twist on that, how he wanted to capture people's souls and their part of their bodies and, you know, stuff like that. That was an interesting idea. I like the idea that he can apparently possess people through cameras. I don't know. It was very strange watching that, because basically what happens is he's recording somebody, watching a TV that's connected to said recording. And then he slaps his hand on the TV and a bunch of static comes, and somehow his soul is end up transferred into their body. I don't know, really. It was a cool idea, but you know, I think they could have done a better job with, like, the graphics. Because, I mean, yeah, the first time when he's just like, BAM! And slaps his hand on the screen, and you're like, what the fuck was that about? But after that, you're just like, oh, great, he's doing this shit again. I mean, overall, it was a good movie. There's a lot of pervy, creeper type stuff at the beginning for, like, the first half an hour. And for a little while, I actually thought that the cop was in on the whole possessed thing, because they kept saying, get the girl. And I'm like, what, are you gonna kill her? Are you in on kidnapping her? What the fuck's going on here? But later on, you just figure out that he's a perv who wants to watch him naked. And I thought that was kind of stupid. But they do end up using that against him right before he dies, so yeah, there you go. You know, it's kind of an in-between as far as movie goes for me. Like, it didn't exactly catch my attention, like, really, really well, like I want a horror movie to do, but at the same time, it caught my attention enough to make me want to pay attention to what's going on, so that I could get the general idea of what's going on. It also seems like it might be a good movie to watch a couple of times, just so that, you know, you watch it the first time, then you watch it the second time, and you're like, oh, there's something I missed that I didn't see before. Me, on the other hand, I don't know. I might watch it again. The guy who ends up getting possessed by the whatever his name is, but the guy that ends up getting it possessed is like a huffer, and it was weird because like he's always got this rag around with him that he huffs. I'm assuming it's like lighter fluid or something, because it honestly looked like he was taking a can of Zippo fluid and spraying it on there and going, you know, that type of shit. But I don't know. I enjoyed the, they kind of overlapped that and the whole possession thing together, because, you know, people who put that chemical on their face as they're huffing will get like sores and stuff around their mouth and nose, and they basically made it so that those things progressed further because he was possessed, which I thought was pretty cool. It definitely added to the fear factor. I mean, this guy looks scary as hell. That, and I don't know who did the makeup, but it was phenomenal. Like, they show how the kid's deteriorating the further along he's possessed with this guy. And the way that they did some of that was they sorry about that. At first what they do is they you know, they give him the whole red under the eyes type of stoner looking thing, but then, you know, couple of days pass and he's got like really splotchy skin, like along his jawline. It's a really, really well rendered patch of just like red and white, and it just it looks great. I mean, he's definitely the guy that you look at and you're like, what the hell's wrong with you? Which, you know, in somebody that's possessed and going on psychotic rampages where they kill numerous people is a good idea. But at the same time, you know, it's the people like that get caught. Just kidding. No, it was a good movie. And it's kind of hard to, because at a certain point, as you're watching, you forget the moment that he got possessed. Because he watched the first video of the news broadcast, because he works at the news. He works at the local news station archiving 20-year-old footage. Well, he's watching this, and the guy that committed all the murders in the first place sits up on the gurney, even though he's dead, and then boom, he's possessed, which, that was just fascinating to me. But, you know, overall, I mean, you really do, just as the movie progresses, you completely forget that he's possessed. until like maybe the last 5-10 minutes of the movie. You forget that he's possessed, and the entire time, like, oh, you crazy fella, and this guy's crazy, you know, what the hell's wrong with him? He's been huffing too much shit. No, he's possessed. Fun fact, when he's himself, he was huffing. And, you know, he's just pretty chill. They did an interesting thing with the video where, when it was showing stuff from his perspective when he was high, everything was real cloudy and stuff, which I thought was really interesting. But at the same time, I was like, how are you behind the wheel? You shouldn't be driving like that. But, no, later on, you know, after he's possessed, he stops doing that. He stops huffing, he stops smoking cigarettes, and I'm just like, honestly, he looked better before when he was doing that shit than when he stopped. Thought that was pretty funny, but no, I mean, you know, if you're into the whole, when I first started watching horror movies, I wasn't entirely comfortable with the whole this guy's a pedophile type thing, you know. Still not exactly comfortable with it, but I don't want to just stop watching a movie because there's like 10 seconds of that. And honestly, I mean, even though they have that in this movie, it's really, you don't see anything major. They pretty much just leave that up to your imagination. But, yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I enjoyed a lot of the gory scenes, like, well, pretty much all of them. They were just a lot of head injuries. There was one guy who got his head beat into the steering wheel. This is my only question, though. You know, because they're driving newer cars. Well, newer for 2012, anyway. And a lot of those cars have airbags, right? So, I don't know if it's a whole your car has to be moving type thing. I'm gonna have to look into this, because now I'm really curious. But she's beating his head into the steering wheel, and all I can think is, why is your airbag not going off? Because you'd think it would, right? So I gotta find out if it's just because the car wasn't moving, or if it's just something that they overlooked in the movie. But that guy got his brains bashed in. 2 people got their friggin' brains put all over the wall because they got shot in the head, which is really cool. Although, I don't know if it's a whole connection with your front back type thing, but the cop got shot in the back of the head, and there was just a massive explosion, brains everywhere. But the chick got shot in the front of the head, and it was just more of just a pop, you know, that type of thing. So I'm wondering about that now. I don't remember any. Okay, yeah, and then the other chick got her throat slit, which is pretty much it. You know, but all at the same time, you know, that scene was even great because a little bit of humor in case you watch this movie and don't remember this, or if you're going to watch it and you can look out for it. At the very beginning of the movie, they're remaking the family film that the Psycho made, and the first chick that gets possessed, she pretends to be the mom who got her throat slit. And somebody made a comment about it being better if her head would be in the toilet. And she's like, I'm not putting my head in the toilet. Well, at the end of the movie, when her throat actually does get slit, you know, there's blood everywhere, but they did it very daintily. I mean, there's like, it's kind of going down her side, but not too much got on the floor. Very clean. And the rest just went in the toilet, and then she ends up slumped over the toilet anyway. So I thought that was kind of amusing, you know. It's like you ended up in the toilet anyway. But yeah, that was just another little funny note I thought about. The ending was really good. I mean, they did leave it open to where there could maybe be another one. Because, like I said, this guy contains his spirit in videos. And then, what do you know, at the last, he managed to send his son. I'm not going to spoil that too much for you, because it's in the movie, it's explained. But he sends his son a video. And then it just clicks off and goes to credits. Overall, I think that was a pretty good way to end a movie. I mean, honestly, very, very nice people. It was definitely worth the time that I spent to watch it. But, you know, it's probably not for people who have a weak stomach. Alright, well, if you can think of any other videos that I should watch, or you have any questions, go ahead and leave your comments below. Let me know if there's any other movies you think I should watch. Talk to you in the next video.